How do you find the will to fight back against a world that wants to keep you sedated, average, and stuck in plates? Join us for the tools and strategies you need to create a life of abundance, discipline, and high achievement. This is the Tactical Empire with Jeff Smith.
Hey, welcome to another episode of the Tactical Empire. I'm Jeff Smith, and I am here to drop some knowledge about how to build the lifestyle that you desire for you and your family. So we run, tonight I want to talk about groups and who you surround yourself with and how to get more production out of what you're doing, okay? So this is really top of mind for what I'm seeing right now because I'm planning our first inner circle in-person get-together for February 23rd and 24th. And I just truly believe that finding your group of people, surrounding yourself with accountability and people that are on your level that or ahead of you even, but they're going to hold you accountable and kind of stick to the same value set and guide you along the way. Because being surrounded by those people, you create a mastermind, right? Like, I mean, the term mastermind comes from masterminding, and it truthfully is like when you get together, it's about vibrational energy that's created within a room or within a people. But truly it's about like the universe and the vibrational energy created when you get together in the same room with people that are like-minded and you discuss topics or solve problems, things like that. So like my inner circle, we're a group of men that are driving, we're high achievers. We are wanting more out of life. We're trying to kind of live the life that we desire when it comes to being husbands, being fathers, the way we run our businesses and how we accumulate wealth and make impact in our communities. Ultimately, that is what we're striving for and creating freedom for ourselves and our families. And ultimately, money's just a tool to create freedom as far as I see it. But the thing that brought this topic up for me was that like just this year so far in the 5 weeks that we've had a couple people buy Airbnbs in the group. We've had an Airbnb taken live, a couple short-term rentals. We got a 5-pack of long-term rentals bought. And I'm currently selling a couple of my properties, restructuring our portfolio. I'm making an offer this week on a large package of 192 properties. And so what you see happen, because every week we talk to each other on a cadence, we're in a group and we're like, what are you doing this week? What are your critical tasks? Holding the standard of accountability to each other. But then also what happens is when people put in letters of intent on businesses, we had someone submitting a letter of intent on a self-storage facility in the group as well. And what that does is it inspires people. It inspires people to move. It inspires people to keep going. It inspires people to think bigger. Sometimes it's about expansion, right? And just using my example as the case, a 192 rental package is a large package, right? And so someone may not be at that level yet, or they may be even further than me. Like I've got my mentors who are out ahead of me. They've got 1,500 doors a piece. And so like, I'm just chasing them down, trying to figure out if I want to scale and go to that level, or if I want to restructure and do something different. But ultimately being around people that are moving in the same direction, that are taking positive activity, that are making mistakes and calling themselves on it, owning it, and then correcting course. Because we're not perfect, right? We all still have areas of improvement. And that's what we talk about frequently. Like I use the term level 10 marriage quite frequently. And I want a level 10 marriage. Is our marriage ever going to be at level 10? Hopefully it gets there at some point, but I mean, just like everything else with business and life and families, it's going to ebb and flow. So even if we reach 10, I'm going to have to wake up every day and work for that, to maintain that 10. And as is Kirsten. And so what we understand is that this is about progress and growth on a regular basis. And if you don't put in the work, you're going to regress. And so the easiest way to do that is not necessarily be on an island, but find yourself a tribe of people that can keep you on track. I happen to pay money to be in a lot of them, but like, you don't have to pay money to be in these. You can call your 3 closest friends or something that are on the same journey as you. Or you can get involved in networking events that are kind of in the same area. For example, real estate or investing or something like that, maybe your interest. Or if you're in a certain trade, maybe you find your group of people there, because you guys are doing the same things. You understand the same journey. Like our group is generally high achieving males that are married with children, because we are experiencing quite a few of the same trials and tribulations, the balance of all of it, to be a great father, to be a great businessman, to be a great provider and producer and earner. Like that comes with a lot of burden and stress that we understand in the group, right? So like those guys want to produce more for their family. They want to balance it all out, but balance is a fallacy. So what we have to do is we have to push the edges in every area and optimize our time, right? So it's not about grind. It's about optimization and focus on what you're doing. And so the best way, and to bring us back to our topic for today, the best way that you can continue to do that and continue to push the envelope on where you're trying to go. I mean, we're inundated with negativity. If you watch the news, if you deal with any of the external sources, there's a lot of negativity. People think there's a depression going on. There's all this other shit. Employment's up, employment's down, politics, war, all of it. What you need to do if you want to produce the life that you want, and to have the freedom to move about as you please, and to have the money you want, to provide the resources that you want, you must focus, and you must be very narrow and tunnel vision on what you're trying to achieve. But ultimately, there's other people out there trying to go down that road too, or that are further ahead on that road. So you don't have to blaze the trail by yourself. That's why it's beneficial to hop in groups, because people have done things in different areas and you don't need to recreate the wheel. Groups provide speed and they condense time for you, because there's mistakes that have already been made by other people that you don't have to make. They can give you the roadmap on how to get there, right? And they also give you, like what we talked about, the inspiration and the drive, the partnerships, the joint venture ability to hop in with people with different skill sets. You never know what's going to come of it. The connections. I mean, we're growing our group at this point. We've had a few more people jump in the last month, and it's been really good. Most of them are investors, but other people are strategic kind of partners that have joined, that are lenders, that are providing other services. They bird dog deals, they do other stuff. We've got guys doing tiny homes, all kinds of stuff. So the skill sets are broad: builders, engineers. And so if you have a question, we can kind of resolve it, or we can point you in a direction where you can get an answer very quickly. And so like, ultimately, as our group grows, we're going to have more and more connections, more and more contacts. So we'll be able to eliminate problems quicker and quicker and quicker. And the idea is that we remove roadblocks from you as quickly as possible to get you moving towards your ultimate objective, right? Whatever that may be for right now. Like my objective this year is to drive up our income as high as I can get it for this year. And so I'm focused on that. And we're moving some money around. We're restructuring some things, and we're kind of focused on how we're working. Kirsten and I did a lot of that during annual planning. She had some goals of hers that she wanted to spend more time with the kids and kind of restructure her daily schedule into what she was doing and where her area of focus was. because we homeschool our kids. And so that takes time, that takes dedication and effort. And so for us, our actual narrow focus is stripping away everything that doesn't serve our purpose. And ultimately, that's what we're doing. So I'm sharing all that with the guys, and I'm telling them what I'm doing. And I have 100% expectation that if I slip up or fall short, I'm admitting it to them, or they're calling me on my shit. Like, you're not doing it. You're getting too busy. You're taking stuff on. And so there's definitely advantages to having those guys around me, because they inspire me constantly. They're constantly moving the needle. I'm trying to continue to lead and move forward on a regular basis, so that they do the same, because just the simple inertia of the group, the energy of moving on a weekly basis, is what keeps you moving. Because you don't want to be the guy, the laggard that's out there like, oh, well, I'm stuck on something, or I'm just not doing the work. And so, like, ultimately that's really unacceptable, like, not to do the work. Because if you tell us that you want a certain life, then there's certain sacrifices that have to come along with that, right? You have to wake up and do it. And if you don't want it, I think you need to ask yourself some internal questions on, like, why don't you want it? And then you need to be honest and transparent with yourself about that. But ultimately, if you can continue to move, it's not an overnight thing. I just had a conversation with my mentor today, and he was talking about hitting singles. And so that really resonated with me on, like, what I need to be doing, and also kind of my focus of this year, which is, like, I have built a significant war chest, and I don't need to try to solve this problem, or there's not a problem, but I don't need to go 0 to $1 billion in one move. And so, like, if I just consistently continue singles and doubles, I don't need to stretch. I just need to make sound investments like we've been doing, and utilize the capital and the timing of the market that I have available to me right now to continue to move that money down the road. And all it's going to do is snowball. And so I just have to be focused on patience, and let it come to me. Because we're right on the precipice of, like, big things. And so for me, like, that's always my biggest struggle, is that being aggressive, that aggressive patience that I preach is necessary. It's way easier to do it with a group of people surrounding you that are going to drive you and encourage you. So think about what you can do to expand yourself, your horizons, be the best version of yourself. Are you upholding that standard? Find yourself accountability buddy. Find yourself a group. Start building your own tribe. Create a Facebook group. Invite 5 people to it. Who knows? Whatever you want to do. Create a WhatsApp channel. Invite some buddies that you think might be like-minded to it, and start talking on there. Whatever it is, working out, fitness, food, drinking. If you're trying to quit your vices, it's great to have accountability on all these areas, and they're going to improve you as a human, which ultimately is going to lead you closer to your potential, which is all what we're all striving for. And so find yourself a group, find yourself a mastermind, paid, free, whatever, create your own. You're not going to be in the same group forever, so don't worry about that. I mean, like, unless people continue, people are going to eventually drop off. Like, what happens is you grow and other people lose interest in the growth. They have different things go on in their life, and they may not be as interested. And so you've got to consider that this group that you start with may not always be your group. So as long as you continue to level up, you're going to have to continue to seek out people that are continuing to level up. That's going to be some of the same people, but it's going to get narrower and narrower as you continue to go. So find yourself a group. Keep pushing forward, and keep moving down the road of creating your empire. Let me know if you have any questions. As always, you can reach me at The Real Jeff Smith, Jeff at therealjeffsmith.com, or Real Jeff Smith on Instagram. DM me there if you have any questions. I'm happy to help you. If you need me to point you towards any groups, I run two. Full transparency, I run the Tinker Group for a company called Two Brain Business. It's their upper level mastermind for fitness business owners. And then I run my own Inner Circle group for male entrepreneurs. But if you have any questions, let me know. Have a wonderful week.
Thank you for listening to the show. Make sure you subscribe, leave a review, and share with a friend. We'll see you on the next episode of the Tactical Empire.